I want to discuss a crypto token. But before I discuss that crypto token, I want to chat with you guys for a minute because I want you to avoid making a mistake that I used to make. And believe it or not, every now and then I still make it and I have to reel myself back in. And you know what that mistake is? That mistake is trying missing out, put it this way, missing out on projects because you don't believe you're going to make $100,000 off that project, or you don't believe that you're going to just take $100 and be one of those success stories where somebody bought $100 or $200 worth of meme coin and it just so happened to strike and they walked away with millions of dollars. In order to be successful in crypto, guys, the thing I had to get out of my own way and say is, how much do I want, or how much do I need? And once you figure that out, then going forward, you're going to make a lot of money. And only reason I say that is because I'm about to talk about a project. I'm about to talk about XDC. And for some of you, that might be new. To a lot of my subscribers, XDC might be new. But I used to talk about XDC a lot, probably 8 months ago, 7 or 8 months ago. I talked about them so much. And that was during when my channel first started. And I traded out of XDC, but I always remained that it was a good project. It's just that I set my sights on other things and I just started moving in other directions. But I always said I would return back to it once I packed my bags and got everything up to snuff on all of my other crypto. And I say that to say that I bought back in today, actually, at a penny more than I actually, at the lowest point, I believe I was buying it at like maybe 2 or 3 cents, but I actually picked up some today, and I'm probably going to continue to pick up some. But I'm going to use this use case with XDC, and I'm going to get this out the way right now. XDC is currently trading at like 5 cents, and it is in the real world asset category. And I honestly believe that if you can get 50 cent to 70 cent, 50 to 70 cent out of it, I think that's a great haul. A lot of people pass up on opportunities like XDC, even at the crazy price of 5 cent, and even when it was shorter, because they don't feel like it's going to go to like $10 or maybe even go to like $2. But I ask you, how much money do you need versus want? And if you used to put maybe 200 in a project like that, you're telling me you wouldn't be satisfied, or at least that money that you make off of it, making it to maybe a 50 or 60 or 70 cent, that wouldn't help you? So that's what I'm saying. We have to get out of our own way when it comes to certain projects and say, well, let me cover this board. And the reason I'm going to talk about XDC, another reason, is that we all know that AI seems to be where it's at right now. AI is that place. But we've also talked about real world assets coming up second with the Ondo Finance, and there's a whole bunch of others that's in that category. Well, we haven't talked about XDC a lot, and I feel like with everything starting to run, a lot of the deals that you could have got maybe 4 or 5 months ago, they're off the table now. But XDC, it's still one of those opportunities that's still at a great price point where you can make some nice money. So that's what we're gonna talk about, guys. Let's jump over here. My big mouth self. All right, guys. So I'm over here on Spectre AI dashboard, and the reason I'm over here because I want to come down here and I want to show you something. Okay, well, Bitcoin's doing fairly. I still think Bitcoin's doing well, even at $94,000. But we're gonna click over here. We're gonna go to the RWA section. And I'm going to come down here and you look at XDC, and it's ranked number 137. Let me tell you something. That's great. That is great. I hold tokens that ain't even come close to this, and I think that is phenomenal. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. Their market cap, guys, they are closing in on $1 billion market cap right now. And their volume is 41, what is it, 41 million. That's the type of volume they're seeing right now. I still think they are a great token to be had. I really, really, really do. I'm gonna jump over here to Twitter because this is the reason I'm talking about them, guys, because I believe that now that the floodgates are open in crypto, all these backroom conversations are going on, these guys are going to play an even bigger part. So they're layer one, for those of you who don't know. They're compatible with, of course, Ethereum. But when you go down here, this is what I want to show you. And this is for people who don't know about XDC. But I'm talking to people out there that you may not have a lot of money to play with. Some of these projects we talk about, they're up there. They may be 15, 20 cents. And getting a big quantity of them might set you back a little bit. But if you want to, get your feet wet, I feel like this is not financial advice. I just feel like plays like this puts you in in a nice position, especially with real world assets. But they're a little bit different. It says here, XDC Network is highly efficient, enterprise-grade Layer 1 blockchain built to support trade finance. That's the difference. Real-world asset tokenization and decentralized applications. It offers EVM compatibility. That's the Ethereum, and employs a delegated proof of stake consensus mechanism combined with advanced Byzantine fault tolerant technology, enabling near instant transactions, minimal gas fees, and a throughput of over 2,000 transactions per second. So to the person who don't know, they're like, I don't know what none of that means. I'm gonna break it down for you. They're basically for trade finance. And I'm going to use an example that I used really, really months and months ago, but it still stands the time today. And that example is, imagine you have a company in China and they're exporting goods over here, and uh, it takes a lot of paperwork to get that done. It takes a whole lot of paperwork. For one, you're trading with China, and you got to get all of this stuff, um, these goods and services over here, and of course, you're trying to get them over here for the cheapest price that you can get. Well, the great thing, and paperwork, anybody who's ever dealt with any kind of paperwork, and I don't think you can avoid paperwork. Just look at you buying a house or just anything. Paperwork is the hang up with a lot of stuff, getting people to sign this or that, make sure that person is around so they can overlook it, and you got to go through all these steps. Well, with XDC Network, the reason that they remove a lot of that is because that's what they deal with. They deal with digitizing things like paperwork, things like the things that you need to know. They work on a public and private. They're able to do both through their blockchain, but their speed in which they can get it done. That so if you're looking at something like somebody exporting something from China over here to the United States, it would get done a lot faster and cheaper, much cheaper than with any other means that you would use. So I feel like technology like that is not only needed, but now that you're going to see, as we really creep into this real world assets, really starting to play a bigger part. As again, I keep telling you guys over and over and over that these real world assets is going to be up in the like $30 trillion according to all of the things that I've read and I've brought to you by 2030. So players like the XDC network are going to be even more utilized and more involved. If you just look at how I'm use XRP, look at XRP, XLM, and just look at how they're moving now. Look at the speed at which they're moving. I believe that when you have something like XDC and we put that in the real world assets, and you look at maybe like an Ondo Finance, which is out of reach for a lot of people. It may not be out of reach in terms of what you can buy, but as far as how many you can buy. When you got these guys and they've been around since 2019 XDC, I just feel like players like this are going to now be, the light is going to be shown on them. And when that real world asset narrative hits here in this bull run, you're going to see these guys go up to a 50, 60, or 70 cent. You know, and depending on how big, how major this real world asset narrative is, it's potentially could go higher. But I'm just going to be conservative and say 50, 60, 70, somewhere up in there. And so that's why I feel like at the price that they're at today at 5 cents, it's another one that you can get, maybe put $100 into, and you can get like 2,000 tokens. That go to 50 cent, 60 cent, 70 cent. You do the math off of $100. That's how you make money in crypto. But sometimes you have to scale it back, and not go for the home run all the time. All the time going for the home run. It'll wear you out. It'll wear you out going for the home run. And I feel like going for the home run all the time with cryptocurrency, just trying to pick that one that you're just going to knock out the park. A lot of times you just end up striking out. You just end up striking out rather than, and I'm not even a baseball fan and I'm using this, like I say, my stuff is not scripted. I'm not even a baseball fan, but I'm saying sometimes you just, hit a base hit, take the money that you're going to get from it, reinvest, or do something nice with it. When I come to you guys, I try to come to you to give you plays and give you a way to look at crypto that's going to keep you engaged and it's going to keep you in crypto. I don't want nobody to get wiped out. And I for sure don't want you to make the mistakes that I made early on. So a lot of the stuff that I talk about here, guys, I'm going to talk about plays that has longevity. XDC is going to be around. The XDC network is going to be here. This is not a meme token. It's not a here today and yeah, we're going to fall out of love with it next year. No, these guys are being used. That trade finance is no joke. So if you're looking for a real world asset play, don't have much money to spare, but at the same time, you want to get a lot of tokens with as minimum as money as possible. This is a good one. At least it is for now with the price point that it is at right now. Might get some more pullback. Might get a 4 cent, 3 cent, but it's one of those. This one of the plays that I'm slowly DCAing back into, but mainly because I already have all my other bags packed. So I definitely think you should pay attention to it. Give it some thought. I'll leave information down below for you. But check it out, guys. Check it out. And, it's about exposure. Have some real world assets in your portfolio. To the next one, guys. You let me know down below. What do you think of XDC? Do any of you out there hold it? It's not one of them tokens that I find a lot of people have. Do you hold it? And what do you think? Do you think you're gonna grab any? And before I forget, you can buy it on Uphold. That's where I buy mine, and you can also put it on your Tangem wallet. So that's even better. So you can get it on Uphold, and you can transfer it to your Tangem. Guys, check it out. Let me know down below what you think. I'm out.